Tonight on Dateline Abuja, we look at preparations for the FCT Area Council elections. Who are the Area Council chairmen we have now, and who are those vying for these 68 seats? One of them joins us in our interview segment right after we update you on what's been going on in this somber week in Nigeria's presidency. This is Dateline Abuja. Hello and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I'm Kayla Megwa. With the Woro attacks in Kwara State causing ripple effects, President Tinubu orders the army to move there, condemning the terrorist attack while mourning the deaths recorded. The president has also met with the Kwara State governor. Meanwhile, the president is calling for enhanced taxpayer protection. Here's more on our Abuja wrap.
President Bola Tinubu has condemned the cowardly and beastly attack by Boko Haram terrorists, which led to the killing of helpless villagers in Woro, Kayama local government area of Kwara State, describing the gunmen as heartless for choosing soft targets in their doomed campaign of terror. The president has ordered the deployment of an army battalion to the local government to spearhead Operation Savannah Shield to checkmate the barbaric terrorists and protect defenseless communities. According to the statement by the presidency, the president expressed rage that the attackers killed the community members who rejected the obnoxious attempt at indoctrination, choosing instead to practice Islam that is neither extreme nor violent. Following the attack by Boko Haram terrorists, which led to the killings of villagers in Woro, Kayama local government area of Kwara State, the state's governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak has met with the president, Bola Tinubu, in the state house. Speaking with journalists after the meeting, the governor said he also came to thank the president for the prompt action taken by establishing Operation Savannah Shield.
I came to brief Mr. President about what happened in Kayama local government of Kwara State. And also to thank him for the prompt action taken by the president by establishing Operation Savannah Shield. That will go a long way in deterring and bringing calm to the region in Kwara State.
Ahead of the planned national convention of the All Progressives Congress, President Bola Tinubu has met with the leadership of the National Assembly and the leadership of the party. Speaking after the meeting, the APC National Chairman, Nentawe Yewatada, flanked by the APC National Secretary, Ajibola Bashiru, and the Chairman, National Convention Committee, and Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, said the meeting was to review the preparation for the convention. President Bola Tinubu has emphasized that his administration will not turn back from the path of reforms it has embarked upon as it works to strengthen the economy. He was speaking when he received the delegation of the World Bank led by the Managing Director of Operations, World Bank, Anna Bejarde. At the meeting, which had Vice President Kashim Shettima in attendance, the president also charged the World Bank to explore financing options that accelerate Africa's growth and help address the needs of its growing population.
I give you the assurance that, well, since we've gone into this journey of reform, we have our hands on the plow and we're never going to look back. It is very clear that initially it was painful, difficult, but those who win are not those who give up along the way in difficult times. Nigeria is the heart of the continent, and it is necessary for us to do what is necessary to strengthen the economy.
The federal government has flagged off a free nationwide training of 10 million Nigerians on financial inclusion and literacy. Vice President Kashim Shettima flagged off the training program when he oversaw the signing of a memorandum of understanding with 6 professional bodies that will jointly design the training programs. Vice President Kashim Shettima has launched Nigeria's National Halal Economy Strategy, aimed at positioning the country to tap into the $7.7 trillion global halal market and diversify its economy. Speaking when he unveiled the strategy at the presidential villa, the vice president called for disciplined, inclusive, and measurable action for the strategy to deliver jobs and shared prosperity across the country. The vice president was also at the presidential launch of the Nigeria for Women program Scale-Up project and reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to women's economic inclusion and national development.
Welcome back. The revised voters' register for the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the area council elections scheduled to take place on February 21st, 2026 is ready, according to INEC. And journalists are being asked to resist the temptation to misinform the public during and after the conduct of the elections. Our report this week takes us through what seats are being contested for, who occupies those seats today, and where preparations are as we head into the elections in a few weeks. On February the 26th, 2025, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, published Notice of Polls for the Saturday, February 21st, 2026 area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The notice states that the elections are to hold on February the 21st, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. All polling units in the Federal Capital Territory are to be a part of the polls, and all eligible voters shall vote at the polling units where they are registered. The notice also states that only persons whose names appear on the register of voters and have valid permanent voter cards will be allowed to vote. The bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS shall be used. No PVC, no voting. Area council chairmen in Abuja have a 3-year tenure, and leading those area councils right now are these men: John Gabaya for the Buhari Area Council, Suleiman Sabo for the Kuje Area Council, Christopher Zaka, also known as Mekalangu, for the Abuja Municipal Area Council, Danladi Chia for the Kwali Area Council, Abubakar Jibrin Giri for the Gwagwalada Area Council, and Abubakar Umar Abdullahi for the Abaji Area Council. There are over 128,000 uncollected permanent voter cards in the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the elections this February. And that is according to the Resident Electoral Commissioner for the FCT, Malam Aminu Idris. According to him, the over 128,000 uncollected PVCs comprises new and old registrants who are yet to collect their cards. Speaking on efforts to clean up the voter register ahead of the election, the FCT INEC boss says the commission discovered over 4,000 multiple registrations, which have been removed from the register.
During this continuous voter registration exercise, a total of 106,855 persons registered. But following review by the Commission, about 4,548 of those intending voters did multiple registration. So by the time the multiple registration was removed from the total, a total of 102,307 new registrants registered to participate in the FCT election. With this new registration, the total number of registered voters for the FCT moves from 1,570,307 to 1,680,315. Following the conclusion of all these of the CBR exercise and the new figures for the registered voters in the FCT, the next exercise is the collection of the PVC by those who have registered newly and also those who are yet to collect their PVCs. Distinguished members of the press, the Commission has scheduled Thursday, 22nd January to Monday, 26th January 2026 for the collection of the PVCs. This will be done across the 6 area councils at the registration areas of the 6 area councils. And it will be done every day from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. A total of 128,396 PVCs are available for collection. This is made up of the newly registered voters as well as voters that requested for transfers and updates to their registration details. PVCs from previous registration exercise are also available for collection in this period. Let me emphasize that the PVC remains the only valid document that qualifies a registered voter to be accredited and to vote on election day.
Mr. Idris is also challenging the media to avoid misinformation in election reporting, urging journalists to ensure accuracy and rely on official results of the elections. He stated this during the media forum ahead of the elections this February in Abuja. Speaking on the Commission's level of preparedness, he states that the Commission has recorded substantial progress in several areas, including oversight of party primaries, release of final candidate lists, receipt of non-sensitive materials, and the activation of bimodal voter accreditation system devices.
As you are aware, public confidence in the elections is influenced not only by how the process is conducted, but also how it is reported, interpreted, and communicated to the public. The Commission is fully committed to conducting a peaceful, transparent, and credible and inclusive area council election, and we are aware that the objective cannot be achieved by INEC alone. It requires the support of responsible, professional, and ethical media, and that prioritizes accuracy over speed and facts over speculation in the public interest. As the election approaches, the media will play a decisive role in the areas of voter education and public enlightenment, countering misinformation and disinformation, providing factual, balanced, and issue-based reporting, and supporting peace through responsible headlines and narratives. 1,680,315 registered voters. It is therefore essential that engagement with the media makes these preparations and brings awareness to the voters as they prepare to cast their vote. The Commission is also kind enough to approve additional registration area centers, the RACs, to enable deployment in the morning to be more efficient. In this sense, additional registration camps are in Dutse Alaji and Kubwa wards of Bari local government, and in Warimpa and Kabusa wards in the FCT Amak.
These upcoming elections will be the first under the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, and what his preferences will be for the chairs of these area councils has been the debate among pundits, who question how free and fair these area council elections will be. For the FCT minister, he insists that he is focused on delivering development to the FCT, and the elections will not be a hindrance to that core mandate.
How will you affect my job? Politics is different. You have to serve the people. Politics have its own time, and the work will continue to go, and politics is not going to affect it. If you say so, the area council election is coming up in those few weeks. I will not do our work. It doesn't affect us. I mean, what's important for us to pay the contractor and to the FCT, the supervisor, and let us know from time to time to wake up and see by ourselves. So politics of 2027 will not affect. The only way to affect that people will be happy and see that the Renew Hope agenda is real. That's the only way. And then positively do.
Candidates are vying for 68 seats in the 2026 area council elections. The figure includes 6 chairmanship and 62 councillorship positions across the 6 area councils: Abuja Municipal, Buari, Gwagwalada, Kuje, Kwali, and Abaji. The Independent National Electoral Commission announced that 637 candidates will vie for the 68 seats, and residents of the FCT are urged to be a part of the process. as the high cost of living and security issues faced by the FCT residents will require hands capable of handling these problems and willing to be held accountable. Now that you have an idea of what's ahead, tonight we're speaking with one of the candidates vying for the seat of AMAC chairman, that's the Abuja Municipal Area Council, Dr. Moses Paul from the African Democratic Congress. He says he's the right man for the job, and we try to find out what he brings to the table. Please watch this. Dr. Moses Paul, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you.
I think your picture around the FCT.
Don't be like this.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. That was actually how I knew you were running. I just saw your pictures everywhere. I'm like,
You mean I never told you?
No, you didn't. You didn't. But, you know, you're the candidate for the ADC.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, another thing that's gone viral about you is, of course, Mr. Peter Obi taking you everywhere around the FCT and running around with you.
Locking down Jabi, Banex Plaza, Apo, everywhere, yeah.
I mean, it's a very important office that you're running for, the AMAC chairman.
Mm-hmm.
The person on that seat right now is Mr. Christopher Mikalangu, who's an old Abuja person, someone whose father was very popular in this town. That's why they call him Mikalangu. The dad used to play Kalangu in this town. Many people don't know that fact about him. Now, you're coming in from the ADC. What are you going to be doing differently from what Mr. Mikalangu has been doing?
Everything. Everything. AMAC is about to encounter a facelift. This is the most important local council, and this is the most important election. This election is actually more important than the presidential election, because from education to health to livelihood to the engagement with the young people, the initiative and the narrative that will allow for a shift in what we see with the young people today. Touts are all over the place harassing people, you know. Young people are dying. There's so much poverty in the shadow of governance. All of that is going to change. People are going to see a transparent, accountable, and open community system governance. That has never existed in AMAC. AMAC does not exist in terms of representation and performance. And so all of this is going to change. They're going to see an initiative. The president lives in AMAC. All the ministers live in AMAC.
We are right now in AMAC.
We're in AMAC. All the diasporan embassies, they are all in AMAC. You know, the National Assembly is in AMAC. And every human being, dead or alive, that has passed a particular threshold, politically or economically, socially or culturally, has something to do with AMAC. All the big institutions, the big ideas. This is the most significant geographical space in Africa. This is a symbol of the country. And the reason why you see a lot of attention on the federal and on the minister is because AMAC does not exist. It's like being in London. It's not about the Queen of England or it's about the mayor of London. It's like New York, it's like DC, it's like Paris. So what we're about to see is something completely different. Kayla, I went to primary school here, and I'm very quick to say it. I was the head boy, the secondary school head boy. All my education, including my PhD, was acquired here. So I know that good can come out of here. And this is what we need to see. Today, you can barely do business in AMAC. Multiple taxations. You're paying for radio, for TV, for kitchen. There is no one-stop shop where payments can be done. In the most important place in Nigeria, no, it is not acceptable. And I can tell you, tomorrow I'm delivering desks to some schools here in Lugbe, in Kapwa. I went there a couple of weeks ago. Children are sitting on the floor. 40 years after I went to primary school, children are sitting on the floor in AMAC. Kayla, I'm angry. Primary healthcare centers does not exist. I'm telling you, in the first 100 days, it's going to be an emergency from education to health to the livelihood. I mean, so what people are about to see is something that has never existed before across board.
We've talked about education and healthcare. Some of the issues in the FCT, and very disappointing situation is the pollution.
Oh, yeah.
The place has started to smell.
Yeah.
And for those who don't want to accept this truth, they should drive around the FCT for
That's really was for me when you speak, because my PhD is in environmental resource planning.
So
I'm very big on waste management.
So there's a waste management issues. Our land, the places where we put refuse, the one in Maitama is collapsing.
We say it's so smelly.
Yeah. So the pollution situation and the security in Amak. What are some of the things that you're going to be doing about that?
You see, when we talk about, Amak is home to about 1.7 million people. That's big, that's huge. Many people don't even understand. When you say Amak, they're asking you, where is Amak? You know, University of Abuja Airport, that's Gui area. It's called the Gui ward. Then you have from the Lugbe area down to, you know, this other side of Apo, a whole big, it's Kabusa ward. Then you have the entire Gwarimpa is so big with 199 polling unit. Then you have Jiwa, you have Gwagwa. Then you're looking at the entire city center. You have Wuse, you have Nyanya, you have the entire Gariki, you have Karo, you have Orozo, you have Karshi. That's how big. It has 1,401 polling units. That's how big Amak is. Bigger than some states, even economically and, you know, even in terms of this context that we're talking about, you know. So when you look at that and then you look at the fact that our young people are dying here, newscasters are dying, you know, touts are chasing people, you know, snake bite is killing people in Amak, all kinds of things you don't even know where to begin from. This ball of young people are looking for initiatives. But guess what? Amak is being run by visionless leaders who do not even understand the narrative of conversation that we're having here. How can that happen? The security situation, when bread is selling averagely for 2,000, if a gate man cannot buy bread, Amak is so expensive, damn expensive. Even to come to this studio, you have to be helping people. How do you live in a city like this? Young people can't barely breathe. They can't move. We can't connect goods from the farms to the people. If you're sick in the rural areas, ambulances can't connect. The rural roads are all bad and dead. This security situation is, there is no interface between the traditional rulers, the religious rulers, the security agencies, you know, from the DSS, the police, the military, the vigilante. We live in the age of AI, where you should deploy technology and ensure the cohesiveness of all of these people we're talking about does not exist. Amak doesn't even have a farm. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So you have this ball of young people here begging for the initiative to be led. But here they are. So if you don't channel this energy, guess what? It's going to find expression through banditry, through kidnapping, through one chance and all kinds of things that we're facing.
So if you win area council chairman,
When I win,
for the Abuja Municipal Area Council, you definitely have to now work with a minister who's not a member of your party.
I mean, for me, it's inclusive governance. You know, I've said it in a couple of places and people can understand it. President Tinubu is going to support me if he's progressive. They say the minister is a minister of projects. I have been fixing primary schools here, even as a private initiative. I'm fixing primary healthcare centers, and this has nothing to do with politics. In the last 2 years, if you go to Tungan, Maraki, for example, the only primary healthcare center there, you know, because I went there, one nurse taking care of over 100 pregnant women. In the maternity ward, you don't have toilet facilities. I have to fix them. If you go to Tungan Nasara, the only twin toilet there today for the pupils, over 200 pupils of both the teachers and all of that, I had to fix it. If the minister is a minister of project, who should he be supporting? And I like the narrative that you created. He's in one party, he's working for another party. A candidate that is, you know, progressive, that is inclusive. Because when you build roads, regardless of your party, everybody will pass that road, regardless of your religion, regardless of your tribe. These are the things that, you know, we want to see. Anybody who is not an enemy of state should be supporting Dr. Moses Paul of the ADC. And this is not politics. For me, this is life. For a place where I've lived for 40 years, this is home. And we must collectively, regardless of your party, we want to see Nigeria progress. Have you
ever interfaced with the minister before?
I haven't interfaced with the minister. And like I said it, if I'm the minister, I'll be looking for me. Government should be looking for people who are helping the society, who are doing things that government should be doing.
We have a voter apathy situation in the FCT.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for a very long time.
And Kayla,
How do we change that before the elections on the 21st?
That is why I think we needed to have had interviews like this, because there needs to be a raise in the consciousness of our people. You know, for AMAC, 1.7 million, by the time you look at the FCT as a whole, I mean, and it's not really doing badly because we have over 1,000,001 registered voters. But the last chairman came in with less than 20,000, even though I know that the narrative is definitely going to change based on what happened. But again, people are not paying attention to local government elections. And that's why I'm saying I've deliberately, intentionally have continued to spew this rhetoric for people to know that AMAC is home to big politicians, big business people.
Why should they trust you? Why should the residents of the FCT come out and vote for Dr. Moses Paul?
Track record. I've carried out programs on countering violent extremism. The young people who are there, I have a big following. Even when I carry out protests or interventions or programs, the halls are always packed. The young people find a mentor in me. I'm mentoring them in ICT, in agriculture, in entertainment. I'm partnering with global people to bring, we're trying to build a stadium here somewhere. So because the energy of the young people must be engaged with, So the trust is already there, but it's the apathy that we're talking about. Because if the people who, AMAC is not just a village. I mean, look at over 7,000 something estates. Those people sitting behind those big walls, if they don't come out and participate in this local governance, because security is local, the things we're looking for in London, we can have it here, but it can only happen if we participate. Because it doesn't matter all the programs I'm reeling out. It doesn't matter what I know about nation building, leadership, or if we do not participate in politics, we're not going to go anywhere. The road today is to ensure that we come out. You must cast your vote. Otherwise, you're going to have touts leading you.
Dr. Moses Paul, I want to thank you very much for being with us on Dateline Abuja. Good luck with your campaign.
I'm winning.
Okay. Thanks again for being here. Thanks to my guest and to everyone who spoke to us today on the program. Please get ready to vote. Dust off your PVC and be a part of the process. Let us know the happenings in your neighborhood using the social media handles showing right now on your screens. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Magwa. See you next time.